Second idea, create what I call a private philanthropic trust. You won't find it by that name if you try to Google it. So don't try, or go ahead anyway. Maybe you'll find something else fun there. But anyway, private philanthropic trust, or PPT for short. It was a creation of the 1969 Tax Reform Act. Still, a lot of people, that was before, by the way, before I started to practice too. But that's something that most professional advisors are clueless about. They really don't know. But it created, Americans have always been wildly philanthropic, truly much more so than any other culture or people. And so in the 60s, especially, there was a desire to be able to do more giving. And so Congress went to work and actually cooperated with each other and created a whole series of different tools that are what we call split interest, meaning that it's okay to do something good for you and your family as long as you do something good for other people's families or churches or schools or hospitals. So split interest. So this is an example of a split interest technique. So we're going to be able to put money into a special trust, into this PPT. I'm recommending in this case, we could put 18 million in. That gives her a tax deduction that is so massive she can't use it all up. But the ideal thing is that it also gives her an income stream, and it's also protected from creditors and some other cool things that you'll see in a minute. On top of that, we're then replacing some of the value of the assets going to philanthropy at some point with a life insurance contract. So again, most people don't object to owning life insurance. So if somebody came to you and said, hey, Dawn, hey, Susie, how about $20 million of life insurance? And you don't have to pay for it. Wouldn't you say yes? So in this case, there's somebody paying for it. And you could almost say that it's IRS that's paying for it because of the tax benefits we're getting from using the PPT. But I get ahead of myself. So let's move on. Now on the PPT, I'm often asked, RJ, this sounds like a great idea, but what kinds of assets can I own? Is it just stocks and bonds and cash and exchange traded funds? And no, it's a whole lot more. Now, you can't buy art and put it up in your home and go, okay, here's my investment. And no, that's not going to work. That's called self-dealing. Not going to work. Sorry. So we can have real estate where banks will actually loan you money to buy real estate inside of this irrevocable and philanthropic trust. Amazing. Not only that, but the depreciation and such from buying the real estate flows out to you, so you get to take that. Whereas ordinarily you'd think, well, it's inside a trust. I can't get that depreciation. Sure can. This particular tool does, because eventually, whether it's 100 years from now or longer, perhaps, eventually there's money that's going to be going to charity, which could be your own family charitable account or your family giving funds, I like to call it. I've seen these trusts set up where there's actually 4 generations of family members will receive income. So that's likely going to go more than 100 years. It's got a spigot. We can open the spigot up, close it down. I've had several clients over time just say, RJ, we need to reduce the amount of income I'm taking out of this trust because we just don't need it all. We're paying taxes on money that we just aren't spending. Nice issue to have. I'm sure you're going, gee, I wish somebody would pay me more money than I could spend. Okay, well, we can work on that. Just talk to me. And any money that is retained inside the trust and deferred will be taxable when it's taken out, but not until then. So if you don't need all the income right now, we just adjust the spigot, money builds, and again, there's no tax on the money until it's taken out. In this case, assuming that we have to age 100 for Georgia Peach, which again, that's the halfway point for 76-year-olds today. If you took 1,000 76-year-olds today and asked them at what age would half of them be dead and half of them still alive, the number is the 99.7. So that's where we're getting that number from the latest government statistics. Now, income-wise, if we assume that at 76 she gets to age 100, that's going to be $27 million of income that will be coming out of the PPT. And at that point, again, because we're assuming that Bulldog, because he's fluffy, remember him? Yeah, we're going to assume that he croaks out at 82. So anyway, point being is almost $34 million of money will be going to either their family giving fund and or their favorite charities rather than going to the government in taxes.